Not to start, you start.
Hey guys!
Hey everybody! Actually, which camera are we supposed to be looking at? The red one or that one? Okay, cool. There's another camera here and it's red, but hi everyone! It's Pizza Friday!
And it's Twitch TV Friday!
Yes, it's absolutely. Welcome to another exciting live cast of Toy Box TV.
This one's gonna be jam-packed, guys.
Jam-packed. We've had pretty crazy few weeks, or not few, I guess it's been a week since we saw you last, kids. But it's been a pretty crazy week. It feels like a few weeks to me anyway. How have you been?
I've been good, but let's talk about what you were up to, because I feel like nothing I'm gonna say is gonna trump what you were doing this week.
Which part? Was it?
There's so many.
No. So this week, well, first of all, after the live stream on Friday, I had a chance to go over to Disney Feature Animation and meet with some producers and directors and amazing people working on exciting new films. So that was a huge highlight of my end of last week. Played a bunch of video games over the weekend, and then Monday I got to go to the premiere of Inside Out, which was absolutely incredible. Shout out to J-Rod, Rob Rowe, and all of our friends at Pixar for the invite. So myself, Brian Nelson, who runs Infinity PR, and Gary Pfeiffer, who's our head of marketing, were invited, and it was wild.
Is this something you get to do a lot of the time?
No, yeah, just like I know everyone's like, oh man, he must have the coolest job ever. He gets to go to premieres and everything. No, like this was a very, very special. Normally the guys from Avalanche get to go since they spend so much, of their time, blood, sweat, and tears working on the game. Normally they get to go, but since the game's being finalized, and I was in LA, not too far from where it was, myself, Brian, and Gary got to go, and it was funny actually. So it was totally jam-packed full of celebrities. It was ridiculous. And, I geek out like everybody else. Like, oh my God, there's Tori Spelling. And Tori Spelling was there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But what's cute about it and what's cute about the Pixar premieres, and this is my first one, but Blackburn's been to a bunch of them, so he's told me, is that it's so many of the celebrities and their kids, because it's Disney, so it's family movies, and so it's actually really fun because you see these huge celebrities, but then you also see them with their kids. So one of the most surreal moments that had happened was we were walking on the purple carpet. It wasn't a red carpet. So I have two funny stories. The first one was Rob Rowe, who is our contact at Pixar, works really closely with us. He's like, should we walk on the red carpet or no? And I was like, I feel like we shouldn't, right? And there's all these paparazzi, and as Amy Poehler's walking by, they're like, Amy, trying to get him to turn around and look. It's just like Entourage. Like if you've ever seen this stuff, it's totally exactly like that. And so Rob and I are sitting right there, and there's a path for all the normal people, and then the path for the celebrities. And so Rob's like, should we walk? And I'm like, well, no one's gonna shout our name or anything.
JV.
No, it's like I was like, it's just gonna be super awkward, walking by with all these paparazzi going what the hell is that? But then Rob Rowe walked up to the front, and he's like, clear the way, this is Johnny V with Toy Box TV. Johnny V with Toy Box TV. People were like, what?
Did people snap pictures?
No, of course not. All these guys are like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, Rob, stop, right? And he's such a goof. So that was really, really funny. And then we ran into Tony Hawk, who was also on the red carpet. And so Gary Pfeiffer, our head of marketing, he used to work at Activision, and he worked on the Tony Hawk franchise way back when he was there. And so Gary walked up to Tony and was like, I haven't seen you in years. How have you been? He's like, oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember you. And then I had said, I actually have a friend of mine that's working on your new game right now, Josh Sway. If you're watching, shout out to you and the guys at Robomoto. And I was like, I have a friend. He's like, oh yeah, they're a great team. They're great. And I said, so that's kind of how I know you. But I actually, the reason I'm here and he's here, we work on this game called Disney Infinity. And he looked, and then he looked down to his daughter, right, who had to be 7.
Okay.
And he goes, honey, these guys make Disney Infinity. And her eyes totally lit up. Aww. And it was the sweetest thing because it's this is Tony Hawk's kid.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it was
oh my gosh.
It was a moment in time. It was just it's really cool, and you forget it's moments like that that make you realize like all the overtime that we do, all the hard work that we do, everything that we do with community and trying to kind of keep things together is it's worth it. It's just that instant. You create these memories for people, and I think that's really special. So.
Wow.
But yeah, I did also do selfies.
Okay,
of
I
course.
was gonna ask.
So now we'll get back to the. I'll get away from the emotional part, JV. So yeah, I took a few selfies.
Who did you meet?
So I ran into Amy Poehler.
I think we have the image, right?
Yes.
How was she?
How was she?
I'm like at home reading your book, and you're like rubbing elbows with her.
Yeah, right. No, it's not like it's every day. So yeah, it was super cool. So she had just gotten done in front of the step and repeat wall for all the paparazzis. And I was like, "Hi, Amy. I worked on the Inside Out game. Can I have a quick selfie with you?" And her agent's like, "Get away, get away!" And then she was like, "Oh yeah, that'd be fine." And so we did that. It's funny. Yeah, I think somebody on my Facebook page had said like, "I don't recognize either person in this photo because her hair is obviously a little bit different than the color that it normally is." And I'm very much smiling there. But anyway, it was awesome to see her. And then we ran into Lewis Black, who did his total typical curmudgeon face. There wasn't really a smile, but we're all smiling in the background like, "Whoa, this is awesome." And so yeah, and then we saw I mentioned like Tori Spelling we had run into. Matt Soley actually did a demo. Hey guys. Matt Soley did a demo for Mini Driver.
What?
Yeah, and so that was Matt Soley's, because we had a kiosk or like a demo station up that had Inside Out running. So Matt did a demo for her. Matt did a demo for Mario Lopez as well.
That's so cool.
So I guess Mario Lopez isn't a real big gamer. Okay. So Matt's like, he totally got stuck in the corner, and I had to keep on taking the controller from him and take him out of the corner. So I thought that was really funny.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was a really, really great movie. Thankfully, since I've seen it now a few times, I've gotten all of my tears out. So I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So instead of watching the screen at the time, I looked off to the side of the theater. That's the way I deal with not crying in films. How do you do it? Or do you just let it out?
I just cry.
Do you really?
Just go ahead. I mean,
I
it's
have
dark
to
in
go.
the theater. Who cares?
I have to go like this, and look away. So Blackburn, it was funny because I did that when we were at the Pixar thing, and Blackburn was sitting next to me, and it was during this really emotional moment. Inside Out, he looked at me and laughed. By the way, John Blackburn's here. He's my boss, all of our bosses. So he's going to come on for a little bit, which will be a lot of fun. So yeah, so I did that on Monday, and then I don't really remember Tuesday and Wednesday. I mean, just things are moving so fast right now.
And then next week it's going to be
not like
crazy.
in a bad way. Whoever was laughing over there, it just was like it's just like things are moving so fast right now. Prepping for E3. You guys totally do everything you absolutely can to give shout outs to guys at Avalanche and the guys at Studio Gobo and Ninja Theory and United Front and Sumo Digital and everyone that's working on Disney Infinity right now, because they are crunching their butts off, working a ton of overtime, working weekends to finish the game for you guys so you can have it in your hands. And as soon as we can, as soon as we know, we will announce the official release date. Everything and anything you're seeing right now that's on is not true. Just as a heads up with that.
Yeah. Should we bring on Scott to tell us a little bit about E3?
We should do that. This is a good
of
time.
which-
This is a great time.
Come on up.
Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Schlesinger from our PR team. Now, Scott, you're on my trouble list. Yeah, my hit list.
I know. Last time I was here.
I had made a mention that I think you have nice hair. I get jealous of people with nice hair because I want to have nice hair. So you told me to go to Floyd's to get my hair cut, which I did, and they did a terrible job. So I had to go back to Supercuts to get my E3 haircut.
Okay, wait. Which Floyd's did you go to?
The one in Studio City.
No. You got to go to Burbank.
Oh, I see.
And you have to ask for Brittany.
Oh!
She's the girl.
Yeah.
Not our Brittany, a different Brittany.
By the way, I think
It's not necessarily Floyd's that's good. It's Brittany who cuts.
It's Brittany at Floyd's.
Brittany at Floyd's.
Yeah, every time I call Floyd's and I schedule my appointment, I'm always like, "Hi, is Brittany there?" And then Brittany on our team sits right next to me, and she's like, "I'm right here." And I'm like, "Okay, Brittany." That joke doesn't ever get old.
That's awesome. And Brittany's here, by the way. Brittany, you will be making an appearance on this live stream. This is another wonderful person that's on our team that you guys should all get to know. Brittany is a ton of fun, and don't even try shaking your head. I know everyone in the Twitch chat wants to meet you. So, all right, let's talk about E3.
Let's talk. Let's do it.
All right.
So it's like next week, right?
Right.
What is it?
The Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Oh, when
Very
was it
good.
founded?
It was founded in a.
You don't know, do you?
I don't know.
Has it always been in LA?
No,
you don't know, do you?
No, I don't know.
The Electronic Entertainment
tell
Expo
me.
is one of the largest gaming conventions in the interactive entertainment industry, and it's a place where all of the big publishers gather together to show off their latest games. Now, it started primarily to be a check-in for retailers to see the games that were in development to influence then how much of a game they would buy for the holiday season. So a lot of times we go out on the road and we'll go and meet with the guys at Toys R Us and Best Buy and Target and across all the different markets in Europe as well. And we'll show them the game early on in development, but then E3 always kind of acted as this checkpoint for the retailers to get an update on the game, and then they could say, oh wow, Disney Infinity is looking really good. We should get a lot more of that. So that's a big part of the reason why it's such an important show for us, because obviously from a revenue standpoint, those retailers shift millions and millions of dollars if the guy at Walmart decides he wants to buy another 100,000 copies of a game. So a little bit of the business background, a little bit of the why it's there, but let's talk about our thing.
And it's evolving.
And it's evolving.
Because we have other people coming this year too. So it's not just retailers anymore.
This year is beyond the industry. So this is the first time they're opening it up to influencers. So all the developers got to invite some of their biggest fans. So earlier this week, I think everyone saw, we invited what we're calling our Disney Infinity influencers to join us at E3. That word, the wordplay,
Influencers.
gotta love it. And so if you signed up for that, we will definitely be letting you know very shortly if you got a badge, and we want you to come check us out.
So have email confirmations gone out for that yet?
They have not gone out yet, so they'll be going out later today.
Okay.
So
can I
stay
get some of
tuned.
my friends on this list?
I mean, they're all your friends.
I'm
so.
kidding. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right.
Yeah, so that's going out later today. We are having a booth on the show floor. I think it's, Brittany, correct me if I'm wrong, 2023 in
Actually,
the South
Brittany,
Hall.
could you please come over here and tell us?
Brittany.
Everyone, Brittany!
Brittany!
Come on, Brittany. Yes. Or as you affectionately know as Brit. Come over here. Tell us about how are you?
No, Scott's got it.
She's-
Let Scott take it away.
No, tell us about the floor plan. How many feet is it?
It's 10,000 square feet.
Okay.
South Hall, booth number 2023.
Aww.
There you go.
That was so amazing.
You're not, by
She's
the way,
great.
I'm going to hold you here because you're not going to get up and leave. No, you're not. Then we have to engage her again. Ask her another question that you were going to say.
Brittany, when did you guys start planning E3 for this year?
October
Of last year?
of last year.
Of last year.
Yes.
So you guys have been working 24/7 for like 8 months. Maybe like
This is very-
Maybe
Alien.
24/7 since like January.
right.
Yeah.
Like in October it was like 8/5.
Like pay for the booth,
Right.
figure out the floor plan.
Right.
Yeah.
And are you happy with how it's looking?
We're very happy. We actually got a chance to see the pre-build last week, and it is
Great.
really impressive.
Sweet.
So I'm really excited for everybody to see it.
That's a crazy thing. What's a pre-build?
So the pre-build is we build out the booth in a big warehouse space, and we make sure everything that's been fabricated looks up to par. The art looks great. If there's anything wrong, we make all the changes before we get outside.
You're actually nervous right
Yeah.
now.
I really don't want to be sitting here.
No, it's fine.
This is actually really interesting.
It is really interesting, because this is, again, something a lot of people don't know about this stuff. So we actually went and rented a warehouse, and you pre-built the booth inside of that warehouse to go and make sure that it would be
Yes.
okay for next week.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Correct.
And it looks great.
We should talk offline about how
Yeah.
much that costs, because
Oh,
you
we
guys do
should.
a great job
We should.
every year. I don't know if we need to be pre-building it.
Oh, we do. It's really important.
Is it?
Yeah.
Of course. I'm sure it is.
It's imperative.
Yeah. So let's have Scott tell us what's going to be on the floor.
Well, ask her one more question.
Okay, so what's your favorite part? Like one surprise element of the booth that people can look
Well, if
forward
it's a
to?
surprise, I don't want to tell you.
Okay, we'll just let the cat on the back just a little bit. Just the tail.
No.
Okay, what color is the carpet?
Gray.
Okay.
That's
Why is it
super
gray?
boring because we have these amazing 20-foot high playset art walls that are probably my favorite part that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
20-foot high walls.
Yes.
Can you climb them?
No.
Why not?
It's just
Because we're not making
Yeah,
a climbing game, JP.
I'm not trying to have rock climbing in the booth or anything.
That would be fun, though.
Stephanie Martinelli would probably not let us have people
Yes,
climb
legal,
our 20-foot
legal,
walls.
Probably not. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it back. All right, everyone. Brittany, thank you.
Thanks, Brittany.
We'll bring Brittany back more.
The chat
as we
says we love you, Britt.
Yeah, exactly. We do love you, Britt.
The chat is so sweet.
So we'll bring Brittany back more. But Brittany and Mary, who are part of our events team, which are amazing.
And Chris.
And Chris. Right, of course. I always forget about Chris. I'm just going to hold it. Whenever we're at Gamescom, San Diego Comic-Con, E3, what have you, we have an incredible team. You guys have actually won awards before, right? Yeah. Okay, she's like, I don't really know. I believe you have. I'm not making that up. So that's cool. All right, keep telling us about this.
I would love to give her an award. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's so great. Okay, so this is the first time that our fans are going to be able to get their hands on the game, right? Mm-hmm. Like, no one has ever played any of our play sets until E3, which is pretty cool. I mean, we've played the play set, so that's a little different. And you guys have watched it on our streams.
And
but
some people got a preview at Star Wars weekend.
So, okay, never mind. I take all of that back.
Yeah. Way to spoil his point.
This is one of the
I
first
just wanted
opportunities.
To let people who aren't maybe in LA but are in Florida right now.
Right, and we're going to have it throughout the summer, a few more different events. So if you can make it to see us, you'll definitely get to check it out. So, of course, we'll have hands-on time.
Did you say CES?
No, see you. No, see
See
you.
us.
See us. See us.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Because it's called E3.
It is E3.
See us.
There
All right.
is CES
My bad.
also.
All right, keep going. I always make it awkward.
No. Okay, so we'll have play sets. You'll be able to check out the toy box. But that's not all that we do at E3. It's also about telling the full Disney Infinity story, right?
Okay.
So one thing that we're super excited for this year is going behind the scenes of the development process with what we're calling, Brittany, let me get this right, Disney Infinity and Art Story. So.
Aw, you guys missed her off the side. She was mouthing the words as Scott was saying.
We literally practiced that last
This is
night.
really nice.
Thank you.
Good
yeah.
spiel.
So we're going to bring never before seen concept art, figure
get that-
prototypes.
Did we get that trademark? Of course we did. In typical Disney fashion. All right. That was a joke, but it was actually real.
The art story?
The name of
like
the
that,
exhibit.
That name. All right. Anyway.
It's
Oh, it's been approved.
it's been approved by all our stakeholders.
Right.
It's really spectacular. I think everyone's going to be super excited to see it come to life. We have artwork. We have some really cool ways of displaying all of our figures from Disney Infinity 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be some really good selfie moments, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let me take a selfie. That song just popped right in my head. Sorry.
I mean, it's a great song.
It is a good song.
What else do we have? We also have the Only in the Toy Box experience, which we've talked a little bit about, but this is an augmented reality experience.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Sorry, mediated
Oh.
reality experience.
What does that mean?
So when you get into
I'm so
the
glad I haven't been in these meetings
I know.
where you guys have all. No, you're saying it wrong.
not augmented, it's mediated.
Okay.
So
Like no one in the Twitch stream cares. Right?
no one,
Is
I
it
don't know.
Cool, bro? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I know. Do these people care?
I think they care.
Okay, so augmented reality means that you are bringing a character into your world. Virtual reality means you're stepping into a character's world. This does both. So you're going to step into a toy box and interact with your favorite Disney Infinity characters right there.
Okay.
You'll get a shareable video, photo, and of course a figure. We love giving away our figures before everyone else. So yeah, join us at E3 for that.
What figures are we giving away, Scott?
Well, that's one of Brittany's surprises, so I'm not allowed to
Come
say
over and tell
that.
us. She's here. We get to ask.
I can say we're
giving
giving away
away
9
9
figures.
That's
It's a
Combination.
Yeah, sorry, you go.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. No, you were.
We want to say it together?
No, you say.
I'll say.
You are the PR guy.
Combination.
Combination of Star Wars and
Wars.
Disney characters. There's different quantities of each, so you will know what you're gonna get. You can ask for it, but
There's a sticker on the box.
yeah, they might be sold out.
We're
Join
not
us.
selling them.
Given out.
The lines are always pretty. Yeah, the lines can get
Yeah,
long for those.
we're famous for having a really long line. People love our activation, so
And
definitely
we're
jump
also
in
famous
first.
as a company for making lines bearable
yes.
and enjoyable.
Yes.
So, hats off to our people at Parks and Resorts.
Right.
So I understand that Miss Allison over there, you're going to be doing some interviews with people that are going
Yeah,
to actually
for sure.
Yeah.
So while people are staying online, we're going to be talking to them about the game and getting interview clips for Toy Box TV. And we'll also have some social?
Yeah, we have some social walls that will be throughout the booth. So if you tweet Disney Infinity, join forces, and only in the toy box, those are the hashtags, you could be featured on our walls,
That's
which is
kind of a
pretty
fun
cool.
thing to do while you're waiting
Yeah,
in line.
and even if you're not joining us at E3, definitely be tweeting and be a part of the conversation. We'll feature you.
And if you are meeting us at E3,
Great point. Tuesday at 5 p.m., we're going to have a fan meetup. So join us in the booth.
You guys didn't tell me.
Well, we
it's on your
you'll be
schedule.
I
there.
will be
It's on
there.
your schedule. You're like done right before. So you guys will definitely be there. It
That's
should be
really
super
cool.
fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So that sounds like we're doing a lot of stuff. What is going to be your favorite part of the show?
My favorite part of the show is this really, really cool figure archway that we've built, which again has all of the 1.0, 2.0, and announced so far 3.0 characters displayed in a really, really cool, unique, original way. And you get to pass through that and enter this Disney Infinity world, which is pretty
Welcome to
awesome.
the world. Yeah, that's really great.
Oh my god, and I can't forget to talk about you like that expected me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's watching.
And you're in PR.
I know.
That's the best part.
We have a really, really cool community gallery in the back. So some of the best artwork that we've seen is from our fans, right? And
Yeah, so the
that you
best
get
toy
to-
boxes. So we
Yeah.
actually had Avalanche go in and take some screenshots of these really amazing toy boxes that our toy box artists have created, some from the Disneyland project, and they're going to be featured within our E3 booth. So we're super excited to give the spotlight to you guys.
Yes.
Part of our commitment to our community and growing our community. Speaking of which, we have a very special guest that's here.
We do.
Is it time? Are we done talking about E3?
Yeah,
you
that's
good?
my cue. Okay.
So we have a very special guest with
Thanks,
us right
Scott.
now.
Pass it.
Bye, Scott.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Okay, we'll do this. Goodbye, Scott. You and your wonderful hair. So speaking of community, we thought it'd be fun actually to invite a very active member of our community, someone who's incredible and does incredible custom versions of Disney Infinity characters. And I actually worked with him to do a very special custom, which he will unveil today.
Now or later?
We'll do it later.
Later.
But I'd like to bring up right now none other than Chris, a.k.a. Evolos, onto the show.
How's it going?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Glad to be here. Wow.
Yeah. No, well, thanks for coming, and thanks for being a part of our community and making some incredible
Hey,
stuff,
no
dude.
problem, man. And I know it's a little late, but congratulations on your promotion. And,
Oh yeah. No.
No, and like everyone here, 1.0, 2.0 was like super amazing, and we're all excited for 3.0. So you
Thanks,
guys are
Studer.
doing such a great job with the community, and that's what sets you guys apart from other companies and product lines is that you guys interact with the fans. You guys bring it hard.
Dude, thanks, man. That's really
Yeah,
sweet of
sure.
you. We do it because, I mean, we're people just like you, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
nice to have.
you-
It's nice to have like.
Are you sure?
And
Are
friends.
people are not a
Right.
robot?
Yeah. No. I'm actually.
I thought you were a robot, dude.
Flush. But yeah, it's really cool to have as a game developer, and I know I speak for Avalanche on this too. To have people care about something you've made.
Absolutely.
You know, a
There's
lot of
passion
people.
for it, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people in the video game industry spend years trying to make something for people to care about, and so
Right.
now that we have something, it's so much fun to share that passion, that enthusiasm for what we've created with people like yourself.
Absolutely.
And the work that you have done, by the
Oh,
way,
thanks,
is
yeah.
incredible.
Thank you.
So I really would love it if you would take us through some of the customs that you've made.
Okay. Well, we have some. We can start here with the anti-venom, which is kind of like a gray version of Venom. Do we have a?
I think it's
We
coming
need
in
Tyler
over
to
there.
hand model.
Yeah. Hand model
Tyler, could you please? Emily and I would like for you to join as well. Both of you will be hand. You're waiting.
So that we have that one.
Okay.
Do we have enough room on this couch? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
One
Here,
extra.
you sit here,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
So you can hand model.
How you
Musical
doing?
chairs.
Here you go.
Yeah.
So the first one we got is we got anti-venom. What I did is I took the original Venom, did a kind of gray color scheme, some details, some airbrush on there. The base has also been detailed out from the original gray. So yeah, that one actually came out really cool. I like that one a lot, and the fans really enjoyed that one. So we
Yeah.
got
So by the way, just so that no one's confused, these actually aren't for sale.
No.
You as a Disney Infinity fan
Right.
and as a collector and as an artist,
Yes.
have taken these and personally customized them yourself.
Absolutely.
So if you put them in the game, it's still the traditional Venom character.
Right.
But, we just think it's really special that people talk about. Are there people that just pick up the figures because they're toys?
Right.
And we say, yes, there are. And I think you're a great example of someone that not only does that, but then customizes them yourself.
Right.
So, anyway.
And it's something I definitely enjoy doing. And the Disney Infinity product line, the detail of these figures are amazing. Everyone that's seen them that hasn't played the game looks at these figures and they're just blown away by the amazing detail that the artists have gone. And the style, the Disney Infinity style, is amazing. So.
Really?
Really good.
I mean, as an artist yourself, hearing that, I know that the entire team at Avalanche.
Oh yeah,
takes that
Avalanche
as a huge
is doing
compliment.
such amazing work with these figures. It's blowing everyone away.
Well,
for sure.
thanks. I mean, your stuff is great too.
Oh, thanks.
So, all right, so that's Anti-Venom.
How long does
Anti-Venom.
it take to create something like this?
Sometimes it can take a few hours. Sometimes it can take a few days. I've been doing models for about 20 years, so I can probably make this thing in probably about an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, if someone wanted to get a custom from you, how would they do that?
Well, there's a couple ways right now. You can go on eBay, which is Evilos, obviously. Also, big announcement. I'll be at D23 this year.
Yeah.
I'll have,
Congratulations.
thank you. So I actually will have my own booth, an Evilos booth, where you can go. You can come say hi. You could check out the customs. You can purchase a custom if you wish. And
Dude, that is super cool.
yeah, I'm really excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
A good little plug in there too.
Yeah, I know, right? Nice little segue there.
All right, let's see some of the other ones.
Okay, so let's
Hand
do
model
this one.
Tyler. Now this one got me in trouble the other day.
Did it?
Awesome.
Because someone from Pixar was in the office and came to have a meeting with me and saw that and said, I don't think I approved that version of Mr. Incredible as a
Right.
figure. And I said, that's correct. It's a custom. So
Yes,
tell us
right.
about this one.
So this one was made for the Disney Infinity Fans Forum as an exclusive to the members there.
Shout out
And-
Disney Infinity fans.
Yep,
What up, Tigga?
Definitely Tigga and Pirate Steven. Shout
Yeah,
out also,
absolutely.
master of the toy box. And so what we did is there's a costume disc for this. So
Yeah.
we thought why don't we do a line of customs that will work with the power disc? I keep wanting to say
No,
power
it's
disc,
fine.
the
Yeah,
costume
yeah.
disc.
That's fine.
So this is what we did. This was the same exact situation where you just strip it down, build it up, and you got the character right
So
on there.
did you actually take the tag out of the custom, the costume change disc, put it in this base?
No, but that's funny that you say that. Is I think we have a Gray Hulk here, which I've done the same. It's kind of like a mod.
Yeah.
And I've done that before, but
That's
the
really
only
cool.
well, it is cool, but the only problem with that is you use a disk space, one of the slots.
Yeah, one of the slots.
So it's cool, but you can do it and everything, but it uses a slot, but it's still really cool.
Yeah, you have to really know that
Yeah.
what you're doing.
So
but
it's funny that you say that because I actually did that.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have that Gray Hulk here?
I have the Gray Hulk, but it's not the modded version. But we do have the Gray Hulk.
Yeah,
can
we
bring
could
it.
still show
We
it,
can still
though.
show it because it's going to be the next one in the line of. She's looking. She's like, where is it? It's
Shelby Button.
Sorry, I'm trying.
As soon
Go
as
through
Shelby
yourself.
finds it, she's
Do
going
you
to come
have
on
it?
and say
I haven't
hello.
read.
What's the next one?
Yeah, we'll show the next one. This one was. This is the Red Hulk. Oh yeah, hand model. Thank you. This one is actually a really, really, really special one. This was going to be a Toys R Us exclusive custom. Toys R Us contacted me many months ago, and they wanted to do a line of customs, official customs through Toys R Us. And
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's super crazy. I don't think they've ever done that in the history of Toys R Us.
Well, and what's funny too is that I didn't know, I wouldn't have known about that if I wasn't plugged into the community and plugged into you.
Yeah.
Because you had said, hey, Toys R Us contacted me.
Yeah.
And all of our big senior vice presidents of retail here at
Yeah.
Disney hadn't even talked to Toys R Us. But
Right.
it's amazing that Toys R Us, and it's Sergio.
Yeah, Sergio. Shout out to Sergio.
Yeah.
You know what's funny that you mentioned that is the reason why I asked you is because I got this email from this guy, and I'm just like, is this guy even legit? Like, why is Toys R Us like contacting me to do this? So basically, what happened is we had a short list of things we wanted to create for the fans as something they can go online and purchase, very limited edition. And it went all the way up to Marvel, and then licensing nixed it, which is understandable. You know, that's the process of.
It never even ended up coming back to us. By
Yeah,
the way,
yeah.
on the team.
They were right away like, no, we're not into that. So unfortunate, sure, but it was still cool. So I made the prototype, and that's the prototype right
Yeah,
there.
and maybe it's not to say we wouldn't ever. Maybe someday
Oh,
we would do something
yeah,
like this.
absolutely.
But that's a really cool story,
Yeah.
and I think it's even cooler to know that there's someone that's a part of our community that a major retailer reached out to and said, would you be willing to do a line of customs? I mean, that's a really great story.
Yeah, and I have a great relationship with Toys R Us. Toys R Us is an amazing company. I mean, even when I was young, I remember Toys R Us has been a huge part of my upbringing as far as toys, and that's where we get our Disney Infinity figures, and I think Toys R Us got enough of a plug there.
That's great. There you go. All right. Next, this one I love.
In the box.
Okay, yeah, this is actually in the box. This is Dark Randy, which is kind of like a darker version of Randy.
You could work in marketing.
Yeah, so basically what I did is Randy, he's got the chameleon camouflage situation going on, so I thought it would be cool to make him kind of like a dark one. And this is one of the original Disney Infinity customs that I created. Yeah. And he's got lots of detail. You can't see it, but there's a gradient in there, and it's a matte finish, and all the eyes are masked off, and it's repackaged, and it looks like something that you could find at Toys R Us or at a retailer. So that was what I was going for, something that looked legit.
But tell me, so I overheard you saying this a little bit earlier when we were waiting for Allison to finish her makeup so we could start the live stream.
I needed the makeup. You know what's funny is I'm the one that was like, I'm a little shiny here. I think I need some powder. And it was like, no, we don't got a makeup
totally
person.
joking. It wasn't Allison. It was Tyler. So anyway,
powdering his hands.
I was powdering my hands. Yeah.
Boom. Shots fired.
Yeah, but no, I heard you were mentioning, because what's so unique about this is that it's actually in the package.
Yeah, exactly.
So can you talk a little bit about how you did that?
Yeah, I've developed a super secret way to teleport a figure from one end to another inside of that. No, what I do is it's like almost like doing surgery. I have an X-Acto knife. I cut it perfectly.
Now, how many surgeries have you performed?
A lot. You know,
make that correlation.
Okay, well, 0. But so I've done this so many years that I've kind of learned my own technique, and everyone wants to know the technique. And I basically cut it, pull it apart, glue it back up, seal it up. And there's a lot of technique in between there, but it's many years of doing it to make it look like it's never been opened, it's sealed.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's done really well. I have a very fun backstory, and so you had given this to me, and it's actually prominently displayed on my desk.
Yep.
With
a few others.
Yeah, with
right?
a few others, absolutely. But I have a funny backstory about this, and one of the reasons why it's so important to me is that when we were going and creating the Crystal characters, Jeff Bunker and his art team at Avalanche had gone through many different iterations. And one of them actually was this concept of doing black and white figures.
Right.
And what were we going to call it? Do you remember? I'm looking at John Blackburn.
Was it like monochrome or something
No,
like that?
it was like the classic animation. There was something that
right,
we
like
wanted
Steamboat
to
Mickey or
harken
something
back
like that.
to when cartoons were in black and white.
Right.
And so we had gone through that, and it was really cool, a really cool idea. But we eventually decided to go with the Crystal figures. What we had wanted to do was make the characters in black and white, and so when you put them down on the base, it would make the entire game black and white.
Whoa.
So
okay.
yeah, that's why that one's really, really important to me.
Awesome.
And reminds me of that. So
right. So I think that's all the ones we have for now.
Okay.
For
but
now.
I think there's a special one.
Yeah, I think so. There is.
Yeah, later in the show.
Yeah, so we can.
Oh, we're doing it later in the show?
Yeah.
Allison was doing the not now, later in the show. Okay, cool.
The anticipation is immense. Everyone's in there like,
awesome.
No, we want to see it now.
Yeah, well, okay. We'll totally show you guys something really
Yep.
special later in the
Yeah,
show.
we'll do that.
So, Evilos, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah.
Good seeing you. Tyler, thank you for hand modeling.
See you in a bit.
Okay, so I'd like to invite someone that's very, very, very important to me, who is my firecracker. I refer to him lovingly as Wolverine because sometimes he can be a bit aggressive. So I'd like to invite senior producer Ryan Rothenberger over and producer Jason Moffat over. Come on, you're also very important to me. I'm sorry, I gave him this huge introduction. I should also talk about how special you are,
Yes,
Jason Moffat. So Jason Moffat is now full-time in production on my team. But prior to that, one of the things that we manage is the website, and you were directly in charge of that, which was nominated for a Webby Award.
Yes, it was.
Which is totally
Yes,
wild.
it was.
So a Webby Award is actually some of the best designed
We did
websites
not
that
win.
are out there. So Did you ever think, like growing up, you're like, I'm gonna make the best website ever?
To be honest with you, this is my second Webby award.
Was it both for Disney Infinity?
No, the other one was for Pixie Hollow.
Oh.
Shout out to the
Shout out.
Pixies out there.
Yes.
All three of us.
Yeah, that's actually funny. Yeah, I got all you guys came from Pixie Hollow, didn't you?
It was a great team, though, honestly. I mean, that's probably one of the, besides, obviously, Infinity.
Duh.
This is the best team I've ever worked with.
Yeah,
But it was a great team, a group of people.
Ryan actually was employee number 4 of the Infinity team here in Glendale.
Oh yeah.
And I remember, I just to think someone as salty as you was the guy running Pixie Hollow was unbelievable.
It was a little silly that I was in charge of Pixie Hollow, but it was a great product, great team.
Yeah,
Happy
absolutely.
to be over here now.
So, okay, the deal is that we want to show you guys some cool Star Wars gameplay. Ryan, unfortunately, has to leave very, very quickly, but he graciously promised to come on the show. He hasn't been on the show, so I've been harassing him to come on the show. So I think you two are going to play a little bit of Star Wars right now?
Sure, whatever
Should we
you want.
start with gameplay and then show the figures after, so that you can dive right in?
Yeah, sure. You tell us. Allison?
Go for it.
There you go.
So we're in the Rise Against the Empire playset right now.
And looks like we're playing as a new character.
Oh.
Who is this, Allison?
This is Sabine, one of the Star Wars Rebels that was just announced this morning.
This morning. That's right. So, huge announcement, although if you're a big part of our community, you probably had seen maybe some of the leaks. We're working on it. Thanks to everyone, by the way, for pointing it out. No, it's nice because it helps us keep it a surprise for some people. But we've integrated Star Wars Rebels into Disney Infinity. It's part of our commitment to you guys to tell the complete Star Wars experience. So we've got, obviously, the Twilight of the Republic playset and characters, Rise Against the Empire playset and characters, an Episode 7 playset and characters, or sorry, The Force Awakens, and then we've also integrated Rebels figures. So we've announced 4 Star Wars Rebels figures so far, and as we do with everything in Disney Infinity, we are always looking at adding more characters. So if you're a big fan of characters like Hera or the Inquisitor or Chopper, there's certainly a chance that you'll be seeing those characters soon. But that's all we have to announce right now are these 4 characters.
You want to jump in a few different characters so we can see them in game?
Yeah.
Sure.
So Sabine actually is, I know that Jeff and the team at Avalanche are very, very proud of her from a figure perspective. She's actually one of the most complicated figures that we've created, has the most amount of what's called paint operations, like the most amount of detail of any character that we've ever done.
Is that right? We did not know that.
You didn't know that?
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
it's really, really special.
No,
So
we just half the battle.
hey, that's wrong franchise.
Different
bro.
franchise.
We're not talking franchise. It's true.
Who do you want
It's
me to throw
just
on?
life. Okay.
Let's
So show
try-
us some gameplay with Sabine here. So I do want to point out, we said this before, but to say it again, all the Rebels characters and all the characters across Star Wars will be playable inside of each of the play sets. So you will see characters from The Force Awakens, playable inside of Twilight of the Republic. The Rebels characters, of course, playable in all the different play sets that we've announced to date. So super exciting stuff. Show us some moves, Moffat.
I'm doing some moves. Look, big moves.
Do I have to pretend like I'm a press guy to
Yeah.
put you? Okay.
No, I gotta find somebody to do moves.
Now, what is she doing right there?
Looks like she's wielding 2 toy guns.
Oh, so you can dual wield in this?
Yeah, I think that's an upgrade to her skill tree.
So right now, she's at level 20.
She's totally maxed out.
Okay, so do all of the Rebels characters have a max of level 20?
Yes, that is the case. I believe all characters in Disney Infinity have a max of level 20. Isn't that correct, John Vignacchi?
Yes, it is, Ryan.
Okay.
I love how tame you're being right now. So, okay, show me. So we've got a slide there. She also has some of her different paint attacks. Allison, do you want to give some details? I feel like I'm talking the entire time, so I'm trying to throw it to other people.
I think
Our
she looks
producer.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yes. How about the super move?
I don't think I'm filled up.
Okay.
I gotta find somebody to beat up.
Well, this is full of fail.
Why don't we just show some of the other characters in game since we don't have our special activated all the way? I
I think
don't.
this is the E3 build.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Oh, it doesn't because this
I
is
don't
the
think that
special
sheet's
build we
there.
have for E3.
Currently in a town of civilians that don't
I
want
think
to fight with her.
there's a battle up the way, right?
Up the way.
Over there.
All right. Go up the way.
What's that, Jason Moffat?
That's a sandcrawler.
Yeah.
Can you get in it?
Sure, why not? Let's deface the sandcrawler.
Whoop.
Great job, bro.
Yeah, no kidding.
No pressure. No pressure.
Where am I supposed to go? I thought you just open it up.
Okay. What else should we be showing? Should we switch over to Zeb?
Yeah, well, Abe Jr. 22 is asking for Zeb, so let's go
All
ahead
right.
and put him down.
Abe Jr., we're switching over to Zeb. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Zeb, Moffat?
Boy, he is a Star Wars character, for sure.
You know what? All right, I'm going to kick you off the couch. Get off the couch. I want John Blackburn to come over. John Blackburn, the big boss, is here. So John came in town this week for a day-long summit that we went to yesterday, which I don't think we're allowed to talk about, but it was a special summit. And graciously agreed to come on the show. How you doing?
Doing well. Oh, crap.
You're unbuttoned. It's okay, man. If the marketing guys are in here, they'll tell you to button it up.
JV sometimes lets me borrow his jewelry.
Yeah. So, pretty psyched about the Star Wars Rebels characters? Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
While Rothenberger's playing right now, you want to tell us a little bit about Zeb?
So I mean, I don't know. Just like the fun fact about him is he was the original designer for Spock.
Yeah.
Really?
And so like we got all the original like concept art from Lucasfilm on him, and then talked to the team about like what they wanted to do. And we were actually really worried about doing him at first because of the rig for his feet.
Yeah.
Is really hard. We haven't had a character like that has the reverse, like kind of where they walk.
Ostrich
on
legs.
toes,
Yeah, God, remember that whole discussion. That went a long time.
And the thing is like, so the Lucas team was like, this guy's gonna be awesome, in the series. And so all this stuff was happening as the series was just really getting underway.
Yeah, I mean, just so you guys know too, as the series was in, do you need that? The series was in development. We hadn't seen anything yet. But when we went in to talk to Lucasfilm about supporting Star Wars, one of the first things that they had said was that they really wanted us to put Rebels as a part of the Star Wars experience that we're delivering for Infinity. And that's why it landed at these 4 characters as our launch characters. But Zeb was one that initially wasn't in and then came in. But a big part of that was because of the legs in that issue.
Cool. So let's
Yeah, he is pretty awesome.
Let's switch over to some of the others.
We can also go into the twilight of the
I think
Republic placement.
Kanan
Kanan?
is I think he's my favorite.
Yeah, he is.
Because he's got one of the really cool features of some of the characters this time around is if they have both a lightsaber and a blaster, you can do some really cool juggling moves in the combat system. And so when you get them up into the air, you can follow them up, which is awesome. But the really cool thing is you can also, once you get them up in the air, you can go ahead and use your ranged attacks on them and kind of keep them up there with your gun.
He's actually, I remember in development, he was for a very long time one of the most powerful Jedi that we had because his moveset was so varied.
Mm-hmm.
All the lightsaber attacks plus having strong range attacks. And then, yeah, I mean, from a flair perspective, I'd say he still is one of the characters that has the most flair because of all that different air juggling that you can do and the attacks that you can do with blasters and stuff like that.
If I was looking for enemies to show off some of these amazing attacks.
Yeah, I know.
We can switch over to Twilight.
You want to do that? Why don't we do that real quick?
Since they cross over into both of the playsets.
Yeah, but since this is our special build, is that automatically unlocked? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah,
I think
works.
it is.
I
Okay, great.
checked it yesterday.
So Ryan, would you just jump into the Twilight of the Republic playset? So have you had a chance to see any Star Wars Rebels yet?
Do you mean the series?
Yeah, the animated series.
Yeah, of course.
Who's your favorite character so far?
Oh, I mean, I honestly think Kanan. I kind of
Yeah,
like the
you
whole.
still
I,
like his whole vibe?
I like the whole thing. Yeah. It's cool.
I think for me, it's the Inquisitor is super cool.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm on the good guy side of the.
Oh yeah, well,
it's
and not to say that I'm on the bad guy side. I just think from a character design perspective and from what he can do, I think he's the coolest. Do you have a favorite Star Wars Rebels character? Ryan Rothenberger?
I like Zeb. I like Zeb.
You
the
do?
best. Yeah.
What is it about Zeb that you like?
It's his feet. I like his feet.
Hey, did we get?
I think you like his attitude.
We were talking for a very long time about wall crawl. Did that end up getting in for Zeb? You don't remember off the top of your head?
I honestly, so a lot of these things, like
The
what we
super
know,
detail.
No, we know, like in the playset, we don't want to do some of those kind of things,
Right?
Because it goes through and you can kind of break,
right,
a lot of the different things. So I don't know. I believe it's not in the playset, but I think that
for the toy box.
Maybe in the toy box, but I honestly I have no clue on that one.
Yeah, so this is something I think is important for our fans to hear right now, and it's kind of like it's one of those it's the discussions that we have on the development side, but it's worth noting is that this time around there are skills inside of the game that or moves or functionality that characters have that are exclusive to Toy Box and don't carry into the play sets. And so with Zeb, I remember that conversation or that email thread with Ninja Theory actually, because it was like, hey, by the way, Zeb's a wall crawler. And all the developers that are working on all the Star Wars playsets at the time had not accommodated for a character that could crawl walls. Mm-hmm. And so that will fundamentally change the entire game design. And that's why that particular character, while he may have that move in the toy box, won't have it actually inside of the playset. And I think there's a couple instances like that. There are some characters that have certain moves. I don't want to say it because one, if I say in particular, would totally give away what the character is. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a fun thing to bring up for people to know that we're trying to accommodate as much as we can all the different types of characters that we have and have all their moves in the game. And that was a big thing when we got the phone call from Lucasfilm and they had said, hey, we want all characters, or we give you permission to have all characters cross over into all playsets. All of a sudden, like Twilight of the Republic, the initial character roster didn't include someone who had blasters. And so the team that was working on Twilight of the Republic, Jeff Castilla and the guys at Ninja Theory, all of a sudden now had to make sure that all the things that they had designed, buttons, switches, different puzzles that they've made, could be applicable to a character that primarily just has a range-based weapon. Was there anything?
Sorry, I was just watching this. I haven't seen it done yet. It's like awesome.
Yeah. It's funny, it's like you think the game is so big, right? Uh-huh. People would think that we see everything. I mean, that's why Moffat's stumbling when I'm like, hey, he's never played any of the Rebels characters. It's like our game is so big, you can't.
But the funny thing is like for people who don't know, so it's hard to get like all of the toys around your desk. It's so just
size
to
perspective.
So just to physically get like everybody gets like a small little set, and we kind of trade them up so that like people have different ones, but like there's these nobody can have them all because the desks are too small to have like all the characters, and so it's not odd to have that. Yeah,
that's funny. Although Jeff Bunker has them all in his office.
Yeah, but so the cool thing is like, I mean, early on in the game, you can go in and in the debug menus you can switch around, but when we get close to being done, we switch everything over to make sure that everybody's playing just like the retail version will be. So you have to have the base and everything else. So.
I think you were in the room. It was you, me, and Soli. The first time we actually got a real figure, and we put it down on the reader, and the character loaded. I cried. It's so stupid.
What character was it?
It was Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible was the first one.
Yeah, and because we've been working for so long on this thing, and then just to see it actually happen. Anyway, what are we showing here right now? Ryan, can you do some air juggles real quick?
The unfortunate problem is that the droids are not strong enough for me to get into an air juggle combo because my character is so
level
leveled up,
20.
he's cutting them in half like a hot knife through butter. So as much as I am trying to,
Moffat just said those are not the droids you're looking for. Okay, and let's take a look at Ezra real quick. Oh, look at that. The combo finisher cameras.
And that droid is cut in half. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
By the way, we're rated E10+. Another big thing that happened was we got our official rating for Germany, which is a USK6.
Okay.
And now we're waiting on our final rating from the guys at Peggy. So
These guys might be a little more juggleable. They have more hit point action.
Well, let's see what we get.
If not these guys, so then like after you get through the arena, then those guys will.
John, you want to
Let's
talk
see
a
if we
little
get
bit?
close up of see what the model looks like in game.
I remember the first time we saw him, I was like, they're putting Aladdin in Star Wars? I love this character's design, though.
Yeah, he's one of the neat ones, right? Because his blaster is also his lightsaber.
Yep, you got them both. It's the dual.
Gunblade.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Whoa! That was a nice little. Flop.
Now, I think, so Ryan, I'm trying to be cognizant of your
Ryan's
time
trying to
here.
parry right now, which is a new kind of new move system we have this year too.
Tell us about the parry, John Blackburn.
So like if you press a button at just the right time, the guy will stumble back, and then that gives you the opportunity to then go in and hit him. So we have a lot more kind of time-dependent moves this year that add a lot of depth to the combat.
And why is that really fun, especially in the toy box mode?
So I don't know why it's especially fun in the toy box mode. I think
Because
it's especially fun in the playset.
Because we can battle against each other.
So no, but that's just in general, like I think it all feels a lot tighter. There's a lot more expressivity in combat this year.
there
I think
is.
is what it comes down to.
And we're hoping that all of our fans out there, feel the same way about it, and all the journalists that are eventually going to be rating our game also feel that as well.
Exactly.
So yeah, this is all very, very cool stuff. So a little bit of gameplay of our first 4.
You can check out that. We also have squads now. So like
Yes.
which is a very cool system. That all of our AI guys can kind of march in. They can stay in formation. But it's really you don't see it all that often, but it actually it lends to the authenticity of it.
And it's fun too because
That's really fun in the toy box.
That is really fun in the toy box because you can actually set up AI squads of enemies then, and also, of course, if you're a toy box artist, attach those now to our new spline tool and then have them behave in certain ways. So that's a ton of fun stuff and really speaks to kind of where we're going in terms of our game creation tools for people. And that system, I think we're going to be able to use and leverage in a lot of different really cool ways. Like if you're ever going to do a school of
Something really cool.
yeah, I can't really say. So yeah, this is super cool. So these are our first 4 Star Wars Rebels characters, first gameplay sneak peek that you guys are getting to check out right here. Ryan, I know you gotta go. That's why I'm being incredibly awkward and trying to wrap up this segment here.
I appreciate it.
But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yay!
Thank you for the demo. Should we do some hand modeling and show some of these figures
Let's
up close?
do it.
Okay.
Tyler hand model. I think that we
You have
updated.
a beautiful lady.
You do? That's right, you do. You have super awkward hands. This is something really funny about Ryan. Ryan has really nice hands. I forgot, this is a weird quality about you. Okay. Well, but
I gotta go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
On that note.
All right. Thank you guys. Enjoy yourselves.
Have a good weekend, buddy.
I think we've updated Tyler's lower third as well.
Oh, did we?
So that
His lower third?
So that it
What does
reads-
that mean?
Did we?
No, we
Oh,
didn't.
on the screen.
Guys, you gotta say hand model.
Oh.
Part-time hand model. Oh well.
Okay, so no more gameplay. Are we live on our pale faces right now?
Yep,
Our
we are.
pale, tired faces. This here. No, you can go. Oh, thank you, Jason Moffat. Sorry I kicked you off the couch. I'll have to buy him lunch now.
Oh, someone says fly with you, Ryan. It's the Pixie Hollow sign-off.
Aw. Allison, you are in your heart, deep down, you're still
Always a pixie.
always a pixie. All right, so tell us about a little bit about Sabine.
So Sabine's the one that you were saying is actually the most complicated model.
That's absolutely
so
right.
why?
Okay, so you want to start? Or you want me to? No, I'll go. I mean, first of all, the people that should be talking to this are the incredible toy team at Avalanche. But since I know Bunker's in China right now, I'll talk a little bit about this. So we had a lot of back and forth about the actual helmet and whether or not we were going to have that helmet for that pose, as well as the paint operations on the helmet, and also then the Rebels logo. The gradient of her hair was another part that's pretty complicated. All the different details on her chest plate, and those small and kind of the racer stripe on the shoulder pad as well was and those 3 stripes on top of it. All of those things made it something that was incredibly complicated.
I think she actually has a lot of pieces too that
She
get
does.
assembled just to make all the lines really crisp on those. Sometimes we model, we'll mold
Yeah.
each individual piece.
Yeah, those aren't actually painted on. Those are actual individual pieces themselves. So yeah, she is. I mean, I remember lots of back and forth about.
Yeah.
This was actually, there was even a conversation like, since this character is so complicated, should we charge more money? But we said that wouldn't be fair to our fans, so we didn't end up doing that. But yeah, I mean that is definitely we got Evilos in the background giving applause, so that's pretty cool.
All right.
Sabine. All right, next character.
Ezra.
Dun, 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 dun. Don't cut to us. Let's see his beautiful hands. Talk a little bit about Ezra.
He's a character.
What
do you want?
I just,
dude, like,
is
what-
there
I mean-
any interesting stories that you can think of off the top of your head from development?
Like
about
you
this
should
character?
have Bunker on to talk about the characters.
Well, it's just whenever we announce them, we always show them.
I mean, the
and Jeff's
detail
in
here,
China
even on
right
his
now.
Right,
face,
but-
is
Look,
just
see, look how
incredible.
Allison's trying to pick it up.
Right. So Allison's better at this. Here, we'll give Allison the mic.
I don't know. You guys, we're on a live show. It's like we have to be outgoing and talk about things.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, even on his face, you can see the marks on his face, right? Like, that's how detailed this gets.
Yeah, absolutely. It was funny, actually. Andy Robertson, Family Gamer TV, his son was, they did a funny video, and his son was talking about the marks on Yoda's head as well,
yeah?
like all the different wrinkles. So it's fun. Yeah, the guys put a lot of detail. All right, so that's a quick look at Ezra.
Let's check out Zeb.
Zeb. This character, I remember, this was another one of the ones we had a long discussion about for the packaging because his weapon was so large.
Right.
And so we did a whole bunch of different pose explorations with him. And also then the whole concept, like another thing people don't think, like getting him to stand up because of the way that his legs actually are and pose. And so he didn't droop down. They call it shrink. So when you're shipping something from from China to all the different places that we end up distributing Infinity figures, while they're in transit, this thing can happen called shrink, where they could droop, where they could move, and so the team worked really, really hard to make sure that this character had a compelling pose that felt true to the character himself, but also at the same time we wouldn't run into any issues where characters were falling over and things like that. So anyway, it's a quick look at Zeb. Ryan's favorite character because of his feet. And then Kanan, John's favorite character. Very, very cool. Even his ponytail on the back. Show that ponytail.
That ponytail.
Show that ponytail, son. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah, again, this is another one where it's actually has, it's all raised on the back. So hopefully you guys really enjoy these first 4 Star Wars Rebels characters that we've announced and collect them all.
Yes.
So it's
Absolutely.
cool. Thank you for hand modeling, Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler.
You're not going anywhere.
I'm not.
Okay. It's rare that we get you on camera, John Blackburn.
All right.
So what's next?
I think
Allison?
Is it time for the big reveal?
Is it time for a big reveal?
The figure that Evilos has to show
Okay, Evilos, come up here. This is a riot. So we actually had a member of our community create a JPEG of me where he had modified Syndrome to look like me. And I thought it was so funny. Everyone thought it was so funny. Chris actually went and made a custom of it. So are you ready?
Wait. Let's get the camera off.
This is such a riot.
There we go. Oh.
So it's an official, real Evilos custom JV. That's totally awesome.
Put it right next to him.
Show some, yeah. What a jerk this guy is. And I wish he wasn't a villain, but it's okay. It does. Which camera are we on? Are we on this one? That one? Wait. But this is sweet. Tell us a little bit about how you did this one.
Here, I will hold.
Thank you.
Oh, you're hand modeling now.
So basically, you sent me that image, and I thought it was amazing to try to recreate that. It was definitely a challenge, and for me, I love a good challenge, and a lot of it's hand painted, airbrushed. Also, there's like the little metal chains on there.
Yeah,
and,
how did you do? What are those? How did you even do that?
They're basically just like a chain that I cut up and put all together.
That is crazy.
It's kind of like found objects and stuff.
Nuts and chains, man.
Yeah, so like,
Signature.
and he's got the hair on the chest too. Did you see that? He's got the gold,
Oh, God.
the Gumby gold.
That's funny.
So yeah, and the sunglasses were the hardest thing to do. Those are handmade out of plastic.
Yeah, that's crazy. It looks
Yeah.
like you drilled it. I mean, you
I drilled a hole in them
in.
so because it wouldn't stay in there correctly if I didn't. When I look at these figures, when I saw Syndrome,
Got your crazy eye going.
yeah, he's got.
That's
What I wanted.
1:30 in the morning, JV.
Yeah. What I wanted to do was keep true to the Syndrome mold, because that's one of the things, the aesthetics that I like to do with the figures is I don't like to put clay on them, and I like to take an existing figure and just put a paint app over it. So you get to keep the detail that the guys at Avalanche and everywhere all the time they put into it. I want to respect that, and I want to just put a paint app over it. So and that's basically what I did.
That is so
and
funny.
So next time you go, you can take this to Floyd's.
Yeah, I was gonna say this
a
is
little
totally
more
me
excessive, but-
pre Floyd's pre Supercuts.
Yeah, so I'm glad you like it.
Dude, it's
and,
amazing. So
and,
we're gonna put it in the E3 booth in the big display that we have.
Nice.
So it'll be a little Easter egg for
Nice.
anyone.
Everyone's
that comes
gonna be like, "What is this? What character from the Disney line is this?"
in. Right.
So cool.
Would
Thanks,
I
man.
have, if we actually did that, I'd probably have to sign my likeness rights away.
Yeah.
to Disney.
You know what I was thinking? What would be cool is this. You had
Something
a
awkward. Like for a minute there, I was thinking like this would be. Oh wait a minute. The reality is. Anyway,
a
yeah.
costume change disc for you.
No,
So
yeah.
a mail away. They have to buy all the 3.0 disc, and then they mail away the UPC to get to.
You think you could bring that up to Lassiter next time you see him?
Yeah. They're gonna be like, no, I don't.
Yeah,
think so,"
exactly.
just
Who
like
is this?
everyone
We don't
else.
want a sweaty Italian guy in this game.
Right, cool.
That's
So,
great.
yeah,
Awesome,
man.
dude. Thank you.
You're welcome,
That's
man.
huge,
You're
huge honor,
Thank
and
you. Thank
we're
you.
so glad that you're a friend and part of our
And
community.
extremely funny.
And extremely funny, yeah.
The chat was dying. Like,
Oh yeah, it's totally it's a total riot. That's great.
Amazing.
Well, what else do we have, Allison?
I think our last thing is some fan mail.
Yeah. So I sent Allison an email this week, and I was like, you know what? We've been getting packages from fans here at Disney in Glendale, and we've been getting letters and stuff, and we thought it would be really, really fun to start reading and sharing some of the stuff that you guys out there in the community send to us. We're
actually going to give you the address too, so you're.
Oh, sweet. Are you going to put it up on screen?
Yeah,
You
we're
guys have
gonna
a big enough mailbox for all that?
No, that's the.
You know what's gonna come in, right? It's gonna come like a huge thing of.
I actually got from James, who runs the Disney Infinity Museum. I got a gigantic box this week
Oh yeah.
that had, I think, like 20 of the Disney Infinity blankets.
Oh, is that where you got that?
I was wondering what that was.
So, aw, not like I'm already hot
It's
enough.
so soft too. Like
It is so soft. But what's funny is that I know for a fact we never approved this. So I don't know who made this. Thank you. I would have approved it if I saw it, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I know you're awkward about sharing the link with me. I've been trying to put it on you too.
I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
We could do this. It's not a Snuggie though. It would be cool if it had sleeves, because then you could play games. And that would make sense because we're a video game.
One sleeve is
Brilliant.
Jack Sparrow and the other one is Mr. Incredible.
Oh, or what if we did a line of blankets so it was actually the character from Infinity? Now you're thinking, John. Licensed goods, baby. Anyway, so thank you to James and the Infinity Museum for sending this. This is a riot. I think it's like one of our first official pieces of fan mail that we've gotten. And yes, so those blankets that came, I gave out to a lot of people on the team.
Sean said he took it home and his kid loves it.
Yeah, Sean Patton, took it home to his kid, and his kid loves it, and I love it also. And everyone that has all been out of shape for me, what? I know this is okay. So come over here. I want to. I'll publicly. Actually, Brittany, why don't you come over here? You can come back on the show since you're off to the sidelines complaining. Why don't you come over here?
Oh my God, don't call me out like that.
No, well then don't. I feel like you.
I believe you called him out first.
Okay, that's true. Where
And
was
drew
it?
attention
I would
to
like you
yourself.
to come over here. Allison can scoot over a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
I'll just sit on the floor, guys. It's cool.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, come on. Wow, Britt, batting 1,000 on. So yeah, the guys at the Disney Infinity Museum sent this to me, and they sent a bunch of them. I gave them out to people that were around and on the team, but there are some people that were left out. I'm aware. I'm sorry.
You were left out.
I will go
Can I touch it?
not only can you touch it, even though this is the only one I have, I'll give you mine.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
I
this
can
is
take
my
that.
gift to Brittany for all of the hard work that you did on our E3 booth, and also because you're our teammate and a friend, and we love you. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So now
you have
now
to
tell
stand
us
fast.
now tell us how soft it is.
It's
Tell us
so
about the
soft.
blanket.
It's so soft. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah?
Sweet.
Okay, well, there it is. Okay, so we're doing the fan mail. Here, why don't you, okay, see you, Los. Thanks again for the custom, bro. You totally rule.
Thank you.
I almost swore. I held back. All right, go ahead.
All right, so I'm really excited about this piece of fan mail because it has kind of a history. We actually filmed a Toy Box TV segment.
Here, scoot over. I'll come over there.
Oh. We actually filmed a Toy Box TV segment like a year ago where we read this letter, but because of the contents, we weren't able to actually.
I know which
air that
letter
with
this
them.
is.
So here.
And I
why don't you
got
open
so ticked off at Jeff, who's the director of Toy Box TV, because I thought this was the sweetest thing in the entire world. And how it got to us was hysterical. And then we shot the entire segment, and then it was like, wait a minute, it has to do with Star Wars. So we can't actually show it because we're working on Star Wars content. But we can now show it officially on Toy Box TV Live. So it is, I will hide the address here, but it's from the Wolf family. And it's actually addressed to Bob Chapek, who is the head of Disney Consumer Products. And former head of Disney Consumer Products, now the head of Disney Parks and Resorts, since Tom Staggs is our COO. So Bob Chapek had received this and then sent it over to the Disney Infinity team and said, hey, wouldn't this be cool? And we all got a kick out of it. So it's a handwritten letter from Brendan Wolf.
Yeah, we actually are
Oh, you
showing
have it
on
right
the
there?
screen, yeah.
So I will read it. Or why don't you read it?
No, go ahead. I think it's from a little boy.
It's from a little boy. Brendan's his name. So it says, Dear Walt Disney and creator of Star Wars. I think he means George Lucas. I was watching your commercial for Disney Infinity, and I was thinking, you know how you guys have taken over Star Wars, right? Well, I was thinking that you could try to make Star Wars characters for your new game as well. You could be even more popular than you are now. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Darth Maul, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, Anakin Skywalker, countless others.
Check.
Yeah. Gotcha, Brendan. You could even try to make Han Solo after he had been flash frozen in carbonite in episode 5. Just cute. That was in the game, but Lucas may have taken it out. Also, if you want to, you could try to modify the minifigures with lightsabers so that they can have duels, which if you've seen the sidekicks, they can do. You could make movie duels like Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Maul or Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader. You could even make unofficial duels like Luke Skywalker versus Anakin Skywalker or General Grievous versus Emperor Palpatine. All, by the way, which can be done right now in the Toy Box, which is, I think, really cool. It's a good idea because since Star Wars and Walt Disney are both really hot topics, combining them would be the coolest thing ever, and Disney Infinity would be even more popular than it is now. This is not mandatory, but it is strongly recommended. Questions? Call me at this number or email me here. Good luck. A special fan, Brendan Wolf.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so cute. Like,
Wait, there's art.
yeah, and then he did this. I have to, so we don't get his number or anything on there. And then he did this, which I think is absolutely adorable. He's like, ideal poses. And so thank you so much for being a fan, Brendan and sending this to us. It was really touching. It was
awesome.
Yeah.
it was November 18th, 2013.
That's
so,
amazing. Just he called it too.
Yeah, he totally called it out. That kid it should be a psychic.
And if you guys have fan mail or anything you want to send us so we can show on the show.
Yeah, we'll be doing lots more stuff too. I mean, I know I've gotten letters. We actually have a wall downstairs on the second floor that has a whole bunch of the fan mail we've received to date. So we'll pull some from there. But anything new that you guys have, photos or drawings that you've done or anything like that, we'd love to feature it on the show because you guys are a great community and it's important to highlight all the amazing contributions you make to Disney Infinity as well. So do we have an address? Are you
yeah.
gonna put it in?
Okay.
Oh, it's up?
It is
Okay,
up.
cool. All right. So
well,
yeah.
I'm looking at the Twitch stream and it's not up. Is it up? Okay.
There's a
Good
lag
thing.
on
All
it.
right. Cool.
30-second lag. So, all right.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, attention, Allison Petrick. That's great. You're going to get a ton of mail.
I just really want to come in one day and my desk just has a lot of letters on it.
That's not our address, though.
That's the one we use for
Fan mail?
Fan mail, yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Got
the
it.
Walt Disney Company address. And
Sorry.
it routes through
Now
the
a bunch of
system
people are
and it'll get
Googling,
to us.
what is the right address of
We are in the
Disney
bunker in a super
Glendale?
secret location.
Awesome. Do we have anything else?
That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. So I want to thank Ryan and Jason for coming and playing a little bit of gameplay of the Rebels characters. I want to thank Evalos for coming on the show. Thank Mr. Blackburn for being here. The lovely Allison, as always. Tyler for hand modeling. Emily for not making fun of me. Scott for having nice hair and talking about E3. And Brittany for uncomfortably coming on and also being the recipient of a very special blanket. And of course, Kevin and Justin in the background. Shelby Button, thank you very much for not saying anything. We'll have you on at some point.
She's been in the chat too.
Oh, cool. And most importantly, thank you guys all for watching. I think we should say goodbye, but we have to do it in our very special way.
Oh my gosh.
Can you guys please huddle up?
Woo!
Woo! Okay, so remember how this works? On the right-hand side is if you can dream it. On the left-hand side is you can do it.
I got that you can do it.
Okay, ready? Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you have an awesome weekend. E3's next week. It's going to be crazy. And remember, if you can dream it,
You can do it.